Hey everyone, welcome to Flow and Go Yoga and Fitness. I'm Janice, and this is a 20-minute complete beginner flow. If you have no idea where to begin, this one is for you. If you're flowing live, you can say hey in the chat. If you are doing the replay, regardless, welcome, leave a comment. But this flow is to take us really inside so that we understand what's going on with the body. Because for me, yoga is never actually about the pose, it's about how it feels. So no matter what the pose looks like, if you know what you're feeling for, you're going to rock it. And that's how we should all be able to practice. So we are going to start seated. Now, the only prop I actually have here is a hand towel. You don't need any props. I'm just going to give you options on how to move and how to feel good as you move so that you can get the most out of this. We're here for 20 minutes. It's going to be sweet. And with that said, let's come into a nice seat. We are cross-legged. Now, if you feel really tight in the hip flexors or you're really rounding through your back, I want you to come sit up on a blanket or a pillow or a towel or something just to elevate the hips. It's going to help open up those hip flexors, and then you won't have to strain whatsoever to sit up nice and tall. So, with that said, we're going to look for this internal alignment. And by that, I mean we're going to let our hips actually be nice and heavy. We're going to draw the navel in and up. It's going to be like we're giving ourselves a nice little hug. And I'm going to turn so you can see maybe if I'm sitting here like this, I'm going to draw my navel in just a little bit, lift it up towards my ribs. I'll lift my heart up towards the sky. So I'm creating this nice long lift up through the front body. And then with my shoulders, I'm going to bring them down away from the ear. So I'm actually going to roll my shoulders back just a little bit. Your hands can be in your lap if that feels good. And then I want you to stop trying. If you feel like you're holding yourself up and you've tried to get to this position, find places to soften. And I promise, with this navel drawing in and up business and this heart lifting, it's going to keep you upright. It's going to keep you supported, and we're going to be sitting up from our torso, not from our shoulders, which is going to be magical. We're going to lengthen the inhale here, so draw in through the nose if you can. And then exhale. You can exhale through the mouth or nose, but see if you can breathe in through the nose. If you can't, no worries. And with each exhale, just let yourself soften a little bit. And then here we go. We're going to flutter the eyes open if they were closed. We're going to come forward on our mat to all fours, or what we call tabletop position. So we're going to bring the hands in underneath the shoulders, so wrists directly under the shoulders. Spread your fingers a little bit wide. Now, the reason I have a hand towel here is if you are collapsing into the heel of your hand, if that's giving you strain in the wrist, and you'll hear me say this a lot, if you feel strain or pain, that's your body's way of saying, nope, we need to make an adjustment. So you can take the hand towel, bring the heel of your hand onto the towel, take your fingers forward off of it towards the mat. So that's going to help kind of create this distribution of weight where we want it. So whatever your choice, you don't need the towel. It's just an option because I know a lot of people here just have some ailments with their wrists, and we want to tend to that. Be mindful. So index fingers point towards the top of the mat. You spread your fingers as is comfortable for you. And then we bring our knees over hips over our knees. And then we're going to press away from the mat. So draw the navel in, lift the heart. Imagine it coming right up between the shoulder blades, and then we're going to rotate the elbow creases forward. Gaze is down here. We're going to pull the tailbone back gently, and we're going to slide the crown of the head forward. So you should feel like you're almost this nice flat table through the back. And you can explore. Sometimes we lower the belly just a little bit, but see if you can draw the navel in. And then we're going to warm up with cat-cow. So we lower the belly, take our gaze forward. This is cow pose. Still press away from the mat. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Find your smile. And then we exhale, draw the navel in. Let the tailbone come down to the mat or towards the mat. So it's not moving to touch the mat, but it's coming down. And then we round through our spine like a Halloween cat. Press away from the mat with your fingers. You can press in with the tops of your feet. And then we inhale for cow. Gaze comes forward, we lower the belly. Now we're swooping through the spine or extending. Exhale to round through like your cat. So here's what we're going for. We're just going for that nice warmed up feeling. You're going to feel a stretch through the front body in our cow pose. And in our cat pose, you're going to feel a stretch through the back body and the back of the spine. Now, let's not be rigid. If you need to wiggle, if you need to stretch something out, give yourself permission to do so. I love seeing your comments. Hello, everyone. And the best part is you synchronize this with your own breath. So on your inhale, you come forward, opening the heart. On your exhale, you round through. Beautiful. All right, we're going to even it up. We're going to finish with our cat pose. Make sure you're pressing into the fingers, even if you're using the hand towel. And we're going to come all the way back to center. So back to tabletop position. And then we'll curl the toes. And we'll draw the navel in. We're going to send the hips up and back to downward facing dog here. So take a moment to find a little bit of space here. Make adjustments. Your hands are going to be in line, I should say, within. They're going to be in line with your shoulders. We're going to draw the navel in. And we're going to walk the feet back if we need to, if we need a little more space. Or if you're sliding, you're going to walk them up just a little bit. But here's our downward facing dog. First one of the morning, first one of the practice. Press into all 10 fingers. Just lift the heel of the hand slightly. And then we're going to straighten through the elbow. So rotate the elbow creases in and towards the top of the mat. We reach the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the lower ribs in. Send our hips back. And then we turn our thighs gently towards each other. So there's a lot going on in this pose. If you've only managed one or two of those cues, don't worry, you're doing amazing. Take a big breath in here. And then on our exhale, we're going to lower down to the knees. We're going to bring our knees and our ankles together, our feet together, and we're going to melt our heart down over top of them. So come into child's pose here. If you can bring your forehead to the mat, do so. We're going to send our hips back, take our hands back towards our feet. And just take a couple of nice big breaths in and out here. So I'm a huge fan of using the breath because you'll notice if you take a big breath in here, you should feel a stretch in your back, maybe down into your hips. But you don't really have to try. All you have to do is breathe. And I think that's what makes yoga a little bit easier is when you just can focus on the breath rather than try to bend into a pretzel. Then we actually get really good benefits out of our practice. So we'll slide the hands forward here. Just a quick note, if you couldn't bring your forehead to the ground, you can always stack the fists underneath your forehead. And that'll give you a way to relax. So we'll bring the hands forward again. Draw the heart and navel all the way up. Back to tabletop. We'll curl the toes and we'll send the hips up and back to downward facing dog. All right, let's not stress about all the cues from earlier. All we're going to try and do is press into all 10 fingers and just reach our heart back and lift our hips. Take a big breath in here. On the exhale, bend the knees if you need. And then we're all going to bend our knees just a little bit more. We're going to look forward. We're going to take that right foot. We're going to step it up between our hands. All right. We'll pivot on that left foot. And here's the deal. We're going to press into both feet evenly. We're going to draw the navel in and we're going to cartwheel the hands all the way up here. So front knee is bent. If you look down, you should see your big toe over your right knee. And we're pressing into both feet evenly. We're going to squeeze the feet towards each other. And then soften through the toes and lift up through the arches. You're going to feel a lot of engagement here in the inner thigh. You're going to be working in the lower body. You can bring your bum in underneath you. Take a breath here. You should feel stable from the hips down. If you need to, you can always lengthen out your pose. You can take a wider stance or a longer stance, or you can shorten it. Principles are the same, which I love. So wherever you are, you're pressing into all four corners of your feet. So the ball joint of your big and little toe and both sides of your heel. And then you lift up through the arches, squeeze those feet together. And we're going to take the arms out. Just reading your comments. I love you guys. All right. Reach the arms out. Imagine pushing the wall away. You're going to look forward over the right middle finger. Draw your navel in, lift your heart. Everybody, let your tailbone sink just a little bit lower. Find your breath here. Your feet should be in line with each other. So if you feel a little unstable, just check that your right heel and your left heel are in line with each other, or the right heel and the arch of your left foot. So somewhere along that left foot, you're matching, you're in line. Should give you some stability. As we flip that right hand, we're going to reach it all the way up towards the sky. Left hand is going to come down the left thigh or tuck it behind your back, your choice. But we're going to reach up through all four sides of the torso. Reach that right hand up and back. Take a big breath in. You'll feel the stretch on the right side of your body. You guys got this. Exhale. Take that right elbow. We're going to take it to the right knee. With our left hand, we're going to take it down towards the right knee, and then we're going to pull it open across our chest. Reach it all the way up towards the sky. Again, pressing down into all four corners of both feet, still squeezing the feet towards each other, even though they don't move. Tailbone is underneath us. Should feel lifting up through that right side of your ribs. Little stretch through the left. And then we inhale. Come all the way back to center. Arms out, warrior two, right side. We're going to press into that right foot, straighten through the right knee. Don't lock it out, just keep it soft. We're going to turn the right toes in. We're going to turn the left toes out. So now we're coming over to warrior two on the other side. Again, feet are in line with each other. You should be able to wiggle the toes. But we press into all four corners of both feet, lift up through the arches, and the moment you do, you'll feel those inner thighs engage. You're going to take your left knee over your left ankle. And again, it doesn't matter if you have a really wide stance or a really short stance. No big deal. Everyone can do this. You're going for that feeling. Stable in the lower body, but you're still stretching through the legs. They're engaged. They're strong. We take the arms out. Imagine drawing the navel in and then squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you. Just let your tailbone sink just a little bit lower. Arms are pushing the walls away here. We'll flip that left hand, reach it all the way up towards the sky. Right hand comes down the right side body. Or you tuck it behind you and you reach that left arm up and back. You can take your gaze towards the sky, but relax your shoulders. Find a breath here. We'll inhale, take that left arm forward. We bring that left elbow to the left knee, and that right arm, we reach down, and then we pull all the way up. It's going to open the chest. Keep the tailbone or the sit bones squeezing towards each other. So basically engage your glutes. Reach that right arm all the way up. Take your gaze up towards the sky. Relax your shoulders. Find a smile. And then we're going to press into both feet. Lift up from that left side body as we come all the way back to warrior two. Beautiful. See if you can press into your feet. Squeeze the sit bones together. Don't worry, we're almost done. We're going to press into that left foot. Straighten through the left knee and then turn the left toes forward. Nothing fancy here. I'm going to walk my toes and my heels in. And then we're going to come down into a seat. So back to our Sukhasana, back to that nice easy pose. Cross-legged if you want to sit up on a blanket or a towel, do so. But just take a moment here. We're only here for 20 minutes. We're really going to slow it down, break it down. We're going to come back to this internal alignment. So sit bones are heavy, navel draws in and up, heart lifts. And again, you're looking for that channel of energy kind of drawing up through the front body, and then just relax. Let the shoulders go, let the elbows be heavy. Take a moment here. Now, I'll give you an option because sometimes it's nice to kind of choose our own path or our own practice. If you want to switch which leg is in front, go for it. It gets a little weird, but it's good for the mind, good for the body. We come back to this internal alignment, and we're going to wrap up our practice with just a nice gentle twist, and then we'll head into Shavasana. So for our twist, we take our left hand to the right knee. Now, if you're pregnant, you're only going to twist from the shoulders. You want to keep baby's space, kind of just honor baby space. Let baby have as much room as they need. So if you're pregnant, you twist from the shoulders. Everybody else, we're going to twist from our belly. Left hand to the right knee. Pardon me, right hand swims behind us. You're going to find a twist on your inhale. We sit up nice and tall, reach the crown of the head gently towards the sky. And on your exhale, let that twist happen. See if you can surrender it. Relax your shoulders wherever you are. See if you can keep your heart lifted. We'll inhale back to center. Notice how you feel, and then we'll take that right hand when you're ready to the left knee. The left hand is going to come behind us. Again, if you're pregnant, just from the shoulders, please. If you are not pregnant, twist from the belly. On our inhale, imagine growing just a millimeter taller. On your exhale, relax your shoulders, let that twist deepen. So see if you can find this balance between showing up for the pose. Definitely we're finding the twist, but use your breath. You take a nice big full breath in, you're going to feel it somewhere in your back, I promise. And that's what we're going for, that connection, that little bit of ease and stretch that is almost effortless, hopefully relatively effortless. We'll inhale, come back to center. If you need anything, if you want to roll the shoulders, if you want to go back and forth a little, listen to your body. And then we'll do a seated Shavasana today. So bring your hands to your lap wherever it's comfortable. You can find this internal alignment, navel drawing in and up, heart lifted. But then really let your cheeks, your neck, your jaw, your shoulders relax. Close your eyes. And Shavasana is just where we find a little stillness. So come back to your breath. Allow your body to soften wherever it needs to, and we'll just be here for a few moments. You're welcome to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. If your mind started to squirrel, don't worry. It happens. With practice, we get a little softer and a little stiller. So you're welcome to stay in Shavasana if you would like. You can decide where it ends. But for those of us who are flowing and going today, let's deepen the breath. And we'll find a little movement that feels good to us. So if there's anything you need, move the fingers, move the toes, move the head, the neck. And then when you're ready, flutter the eyes open. We'll come back to this space and just take a moment. This is my absolute favorite part. Notice how you feel. Notice if you feel like there's a little more space or a little more mobility anywhere. Eventually, with this practice, you're going to feel more spaces in more spaces, and you're also going to feel more strength because it does build a lot of strength and stability. So you're going to feel great on your feet and in your body, and that is a beautiful thing. So hopefully you enjoyed this. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up. Reach them up overhead. Feel that length through the side body. Relax the shoulders. And we'll exhale, bring the hands to heart. All right. This is our little bow to each other. I say namaste. It just means that I simply bow and honor you and who you are and the space and the love that you bring. So namaste. All right. Take care, my friends. If you have any questions, send them to me, email, direct message on social media, whatever it takes, because we're here to help support you, to help you move well. Take care, drink some water, and we'll see you on the mat soon. Bye for now.